Welcome to my Thanksgiving Eve Giveback. So, if you're not in the US, tomorrow is our Thanksgiving. And I've been doing this annually where I share energies around Thanksgiving. I think last year I did it early December, but typically I try and do it right around Thanksgiving just because it's a fabulous thing. So, I'm going to turn on my chat too. We'll see if things work tonight. So far, no technical difficulties, but that isn't always the case. I'm just going to see if it remembered all my settings. Oh, there's one it didn't remember. Okay, and there's Carrie. Welcome, Carrie. Good to see you tonight. I'm just going to double check one thing, because when everything works, regardless of if you're on Facebook or YouTube, the chat is supposed to show on my screen. Otherwise, if it doesn't, like if you're on Facebook, you'll only see Facebook people. And if you're only on YouTube, you'll only see YouTube people. We'll see if this works. It looks like sometimes when I go in and look at it, it takes it away. So let's see if that worked. Oh, and there's Paula and Jenny. Wonderful. Ooh. And I can see it on the screen. Wonderful. So I hope that means that we're not going to really have technical issues tonight, which would be very lovely. So I hope everyone's good. So tonight we're going to focus on energies. And the main thing about the energies is the frequencies are different. And so if you're really sensitive, you'll probably be able to feel a difference between the different energies. But if you're not, that's okay. All I want you to do is sit back and expect to receive. I know when I first started, it was rare for me to feel things. So if I was doing this to myself 15 years ago when I first started, I probably wouldn't have felt anything. But I've been doing this long enough to know that even if you don't feel it, there are certain things that I look for that tell me that the person is receiving. There's signals that the body gives off that I know that they are experiencing things, if not consciously, but subconsciously, they're feeling and experiencing things. So we'll start as usual with my healing pulse. And the healing pulse is an energy of my creation. It's a mixture of my healing frequencies and something called Shambala multidimensional healing. But it used to have a third frequency in it. And as I've done more healing, it has changed. So, and the biggest energy of the healing pulse is my personal frequencies. So yeah. And that's rather different than the Reiki energies, but we'll see how everyone does. So at the end, I will be doing more of a Q&A. So if you've got questions about things, we can chat then. So I'm going to wait probably another few minutes and we will do our first healing pulse. So tonight, we're going to do the healing pulse, and then we're going to do 3 different forms of Reiki. So we're going to do Usui Reiki. Usui is sort of like the original author of it from quite a while ago. It's Japanese in origin, although many people think it's much earlier than that. And so this version, Usui Reiki, I learned in 2009. And after a while, I didn't really use it a lot. And I was doing other things like the emotion code and then some other things that I had learned too. But in like 2020, a friend shared Usui Holy Fire Reiki. And I was so impressed that I decided to upgrade all my Reiki, and I've been doing that version ever since. But there is a difference, so I'm curious how many of you noticed that. And then I took Animal Reiki, which is also a wonderful tool. And so I like using Animal Reiki on myself because, as humans, we're animals too. But this is Duncan. He loves Reiki. So oftentimes, if I am doing a healing session on Zoom, which most of my clients are through Zoom, if he needs energy, he will climb up here on my lap because most of the time I'm not in my little office. I like to be in my house. He'll climb up, and while I'm sending Reiki to the client, he jumps up and gets some Reiki. So he is my little Reiki dog. All right, Sunny. So Sunny's got a request, but the thing is with these types of energy work, you have more power. So I can hope and intend that the energy goes to a certain spot, but especially for the ones that are divinely guided, you'll have to say a little prayer. So we're going to start with a healing pulse in another couple minutes, and hopefully that will help. So is anyone traveling at all, or have you traveled already? So you're just waiting for Thanksgiving tomorrow? So yes. Just seeing on my list if I've got anything. Oh, I didn't tell you my whole list. And then the last one we're going to do is Shambala multidimensional healing. And when I learned it, that's what it was called. There were multiple levels. And then they had to change the name. So it's like New Paradigm something something. But the new name doesn't resonate with me. The old name really does. That was one of my favorite things, but things sort of shifted with the new name. So I used that part of my healing pulse, and it wasn't my choice. That was the universe's choice to do that. And then at the end, we'll combine pretty much all of them and see what you feel. And then I'll talk a little bit about, so I'm teaching the Holy Fire Reiki online in January. It's a 2-day class. So I'll talk a little bit about that and why you would want to take a class from me. But yes, everybody's pretty quiet tonight, but that's okay. Sometimes when you're tired, it's better because then you can relax more and just receive versus overthinking things. Okay, so let's start with our first healing pulse. So with this, the healing pulse, as I said, is my creation, but it is a form of energy work. It's all about frequencies. And the frequencies have changed through the years. I created this maybe 3 years ago. And with this, it's one of the core things of my monthly mini healings. And we've got another one coming up on December 1st. And so the great thing about it is it's short and it's very directed. So like Sunny has commented that she's got ringing in her ears. And anyone else, if you've got something physical going on, that would be wherever it is. Like Sunny, I would expect you to have your hands here. Or if anyone's got anxiety, where do you feel the anxiety? Is it in your heart, in your chest, in your gut? Or does your mind just race? So you'll want to put your wonderful. So Paula's going to send healing energy to her ears too. So I want you to rub your hands together and then place your hands exactly where you want to receive the healing energy. If you don't have a specific spot, usually I say heart or third eye. And so with that, once your hands are placed, I want you to imagine that my hands are on yours. And here's the most important part, that you allow yourself to receive, because you're going to receive your only healing frequencies and mine too. And so just imagine with each breath in, the healing goes a little deeper. With each breath out, you are releasing what doesn't belong. Maybe it's not even yours. And so just allow that. So like right now, my hands are pulsing and tingly, but that doesn't always happen. But I've learned no matter what I feel, other people feel it differently. So if I'm working on someone and my hands aren't tingling, I've had enough clients that I know that they're receiving something. I just can't experience it. And sometimes it's because their frequencies and mine are so similar that I don't feel it. So we'll do this for just a few more seconds. Okay, so that was our first healing energy work, energy frequencies. There's quite a few different names for this type of work. And a number of these tools are very similar, but the frequencies vary. So we're going to start with, I think I'm just going to do like 5 minutes of each. And then at the end, we'll do 5 minutes of everything all lumped together. And so we're going to focus on my original Reiki that I learned called Usui Reiki. And with this, Reiki is a tool that's divinely guided. So if you really want to have the ringing in your ears healed, it might not happen if the divine wants you to work on something else. And the nice thing is, Reiki and these other tools are not just physical, but they can also work on emotional, spiritual, mental, and relationship-based issues. And so with that, it will go to the most important thing. So hopefully what you think is important and what the divine thinks is important aligns. Otherwise, it might not go where you want it to go. But that's the nature of it. So is everyone ready? So I want you to get comfortable. You can do this sitting up. You can do this laying down. When I talk to someone in my office, I tell them I think you will experience more things with your eyes closed. But if you want to watch me while I work, feel free. If you want to ask me questions or let me know something's going on while we're working, feel free. But usually, especially from a distance and over Zoom, it's pretty calm. And there's not really a lot of opportunity like there is in person. But I'm amazed what people experience from a distance. So let's see how you guys do tonight. So I hope you're comfortable. And I'm just going to prepare. So with this, I say a little prayer, not necessarily to any certain religion, but to source, to the divine, to what is in the highest good of the client and ask that I can help. With this, the healing doesn't come from me. I'm just a conduit. And so a conduit can become bigger and stronger with practice. And that's what part of why I think, especially in the beginning, I didn't really experience a lot of the energy personally. But so I'm going to just get the energy flowing. Connecting the heart and that third eye. And just allow the energies to flow. Normally I start at a person's head. So if that helps you tune in and experience things, feel free. Otherwise, just relax. And I'm going to check my timer. Okay, so that was Yusui Reiki, the original Reiki that I took back in like 2009. So, and I know I did say we'll wait till the end to do questions, but the problem is when I do multiple things, I'm not sure if you'll remember the names. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to do that now. And I'll talk a little bit about the next one we're going to experience. So, and the way I do this is it's all about intention. So I'm intending that I only send out Yusui Holy Fire Reiki, and that I send that out and that you receive that. And then at the end, I'm going to just intend that you get all the frequencies. And I would imagine that you will feel the ones that resonate with you most. So let's do, let me just change. I like using my timer so I don't have to watch the clock. All right, so the next one, and this, the version that I learned is version number 3, which last I heard it was the most recent version, even though it's been a few years since I took it. And with Reiki, there are multiple levels. With Yusui, there's levels 1 and 2, and usually those are taught together. And then there's the Reiki Master level, which is typically a 3-day course that allows you to teach it. And then beyond that, there is a Karuna level, and that's also a 3-day. So this will be the Yusui Holy Fire Reiki that you are going to receive next. And so I'm just going to sort of wipe off some of the energies and clear to start this. And then I'm going to tune in again. And as I said, the most important thing is just be open and allowing. Okay, so that was Usui Holy Fire Reiki. And so between the two Reikis and the other energies that we're going to do tonight, I would think these two would be the most similar. So if you would like, put a comment in. Did they both feel the same to you? Were there differences and variations? Let me know what you think. So the next one we're going to do, I invited my little guest here, although he's sleeping in my lap right now. So we'll see how much he's going to want to do this. So I do have a video where I demonstrate more of a session using animal Reiki, but know that as a human, you're an animal and you can receive the healing frequencies too. Duncan, are you going to get up? Let's see if he'll. It's funny because when he really feels it, he just goes really still and he just really settles in. So, all right, are you going to get up? Okay. So this is Duncan, my little dude. He's wearing his jacket because it snowed. We have snow on the ground, and he likes clothes. So he's a little zoned out already. You like your Reiki, don't you? So with this, I'm going to send to him, but I'm also going to send to you. And so I'm going to just do some energy clearing. Are you perking up a bit? All right, so next, animal Reiki. And if you've got a little fur baby with you, intend that they receive it too. Connecting the head, the pineal gland, and the heart. Okay, so that was Animal Reiki. Did you like that, Duncan? Huh? He's a little zoned out, huh? So, next we're going to do Shambala multidimensional healing. This, I think I took 2 weekends of courses, like 2010, 2011, somewhere in there. This was my favorite energy work tool until they changed the name, and then I questioned why that happened. But I love the energies of this. So this one I feel more alone in my practice, but with Reiki, the wonderful thing about Reiki is so many people know Reiki. There's just an amazing following and a lot of support. So, but with Shambhala, it's something rather special for me. So let me clear, and then I'll start sending you Shambhala. So with this, I imagine a number of you have fallen asleep by now. And don't feel bad. My first Reiki instructor told me that's actually a good thing, because when you fall asleep, it means you're more open to what you're meant to experience. The thing is, you don't really remember things as well as when you're awake. But that's okay. It's whatever is meant to be. So, we're going to start with Shambhala. Okay, so that was Shambala multidimensional healing. And then next, we're going to do everything. And so, as I said, it's all about intention. So I'm going to intend that I'm going to send it all out, and you and your subconscious will pull in what you need and allow it to go to where it needs to go. Because with this, I'm just the conduit. So, is everybody ready? So quiet. All right. So, let me just clear. So this is mainly a Reiki thing, and it's got Japanese names for it, which escapes me currently. Each position has a Japanese name. But I like doing it. I feel it connects the head and the heart, which is really important for healing. Okay, so just be open and allowing yourself to receive. Calling in the frequencies of what is best for you, of all the variations of Reiki, Shambala multidimensional healing, and if the healing pulse is something that is needed, I want to include that in sending. Okay. So that was a mix of all the frequencies that I shared with you tonight. So that was Healing Pulse, Usui Reiki, Usui Holy Fire Reiki, Animal Reiki, and Shambala multi-dimensional healing. So I'm curious what you experienced, and I hope you did experience something. But even if you didn't, know that there is a part of you that received some healing frequencies. But let me know what you think. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Reiki training that I have coming up. So it's January 11th and 12th. It's a 2-day online training through Zoom. So it's a Saturday, Sunday. Most of my trainings last about 6 hours per day. And there is typically, I allow people to record. So if you want to keep that for your records, if you have a friend or family that would like to take it with you, I do offer customized training at no additional cost. And what I mean about that is, say instead of doing 6 hours on a Saturday and Sunday, maybe you want to split it up a bit and do 3 hours in an evening and split Reiki 1.5, so 3 and 3, and then maybe the next week or next weekend you could do the 2-day. So, but it's you sort of plan the dates, and I just make sure that the times work out. And so with that, the cost is $430. So that is slightly less than the traditional licensed person through the International Center for Reiki Training, but I have done all my training through them. I am just not licensed through them because for me, I just didn't see the value. But for the people that have gone through the process and paid a lot of money, those licensed teachers are available too. And if you are looking for that experience, let me know, because my friend is a licensed teacher and I did all my Holy Fire training through her, and she's fabulous. But reasons why you'd want to take it from me: because I am not licensed, I'm a little cheaper. And if you take Reiki 1 and 2 from me, I give you a really super nice discount to do the Reiki Master level. Also, just me personally, I love teaching. If you're into numerology, I am a 33, which is the master teacher number. And it makes my day to help people find what they're meant to do and be. And part of it is my goal is to help you find your way. And with some people, Reiki is the be-all, end-all. For others, Reiki is the gateway to everything else. And I always suggest people start with Reiki. And I have quite a few other tools and modalities that I've learned. But of all of them, I typically suggest people start with Reiki just because the training's very thorough. There are people that in every community there is multiple Reiki practitioners. Maybe they don't have their shingle out, but they work on their friends and family. So I think it's a fabulous tool to use, to learn, and the materials are really organized and helpful. And so why else would you want to take it from me? So I do offer a free Reiki share, and generally this is only to my students, not for people from the community, because I also do free mini healings and mini trainings. And so one of the things that I do after you've gone through the training is we do a pendulum healing class, because pendulums are not just for divination, but they are also, you can do healing with a pendulum, and the frequencies are different than with Reiki. And so if you want to combine pendulum healing with Reiki, that would be something to take from me. because I don't charge for the pendulum healing, just because my goal is really to help you become a healer. And so, as I said, the cost for the Reiki training 1 and 2 is $430. I would need a deposit of at least $175 by December 20th, because I know I've got some books, but I might need to order more. And if I need to receive those books in the mail, plus then mail you the books, I need to have time to get that to you. If you still have questions, I can be reached at the email address listed on the screen, the csummerjones.com. There is a booking button, or book now, and you can sign up for a free consultation. Otherwise, you can message me on Facebook or put a comment in here with a way to get a hold of you, or send me an email, and all that information is on the website or in the About area too. Anyone have any questions or comments about tonight? Oh, and I did want to remind you that Sunday night is December 1st, and I'm doing my next free mini healing, which is a mix of the healing pulse. Usually we do 3, and then we work on trapped emotions, release an emotional trauma, and then we also do aura strengthening. And if we have time, we do more. But lately it's been a little busy, so we focus on those main things. If you would want to sign up for a private session, I do Zoom sessions also locally if you're in the northern Minnesota, northern Wisconsin area. But most of my sessions are through Zoom, just because not many people who don't live here really want to visit here in the winter. But Zoom sessions are pretty effective. So the cost is $150 for a 75-minute session. And if you've not seen me before for a private session, you will get $25 off as a new client. And that can be booked on the Book Now part of my website. So I hope I see you on the 1st. Let me know if you have any questions about Reiki or other healing works. But I hope everyone has a fabulous Thanksgiving. And thank you for showing up tonight and experiencing the energies of Reiki and other energy work tools. But have a good night. Bye. You are welcome, Jenny.